is Erica, and today we are doing a class called Just Wing It, and we are going to chillax and hopefully make some fun stuff. So I have to go over here and open my other device and grab our materials, or grab my materials to work with. Okay, so I'm going to go grab my copper wire. So you could use whichever gauge you'd like to use. I have a 20 gauge. And then a few other gauges. It's another 30. Huh. I hope the picture is doing okay. So I'm just going to give everybody time to get here. And I always periodically check chat in between as we are doing class. So I have this, and then I'm going to grab some weaving wire. These are on Bobby's Bobbins. It's not a sponsored product or affiliate or anything like that. It's just a good product. They're handy to have. So I'm doing a waffle, and the details to that is on my Facebook page if anyone's interested in that. The tickets are $3 each, and then they're all entered into a drawing, which is live, to win first, second, third, or fourth place. And it has the options that you can choose from, which is pretty much anything that I've ever made for first place. So that's pretty cool, I think. And then I had another person that bought tickets that wanted soldered wedding bands made in sterling silver if she wins. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So I'm just waiting on everybody to get here and giving everybody time to get here. I had a few invites left to send out, and now if you didn't receive a personal invite, it's just because I didn't have very much time in between to send them out. So I sent them out, some of them from my alternate account, because I could send 500 personal invites each day, and there's around 2,500 people to send invites to, per personal invites, and that just takes time, you know. So I have an alternate account and then my main account, and I send out invites on both of those. But if you don't get an invite, it's just because I didn't have enough time, honestly, or I had sent out the max amount for that day on both accounts. You don't necessarily have to have a personal invite to join either. You can go to the Facebook page Wire Weavers and Wrappers Intuition and join there, and it will send you invites for the it'll send you reminders for the live class that's about to start, and that is linked to the YouTube, so that's a plus. And I've made a thing that whenever we get to 1K subs, I'm going to do a giveaway of one of my rings, custom rings. So that's going to be fun too. So if you'd like to enter for those, you can always just PM me on my Facebook. Or comment below in the comment section even. So I'm almost ready to check chat. I'm just finishing up sending out a few last minute invites to see if anybody would like to join in class today. So we're going to just wing it today. And there will be a Just Wing It class with Erika next Tuesday as well. So now that I've gotten all of the announcements out of the way, I am finishing up the invites and we can begin. I think that should give everybody time to get here too. So I'm going to be using 20 gauge here and 30 gauge weaving wire, some half round. If you have 14 gauge wire, there's a way that you can make a bracelet with that too. John, where's my black toolbox? Do you know? Under the bed. Can you grab it? I need my big wire out there. That's an 18 gauge somewhere too. We'll wash my fingernails. There's some kind of oil on my nail brush. Like some kind of red oil on my nail brush. So I'm grabbing my original work box here if I could get it open. let it tape together for when we move, and that way it didn't come out open while it was in that U-Haul. Come on, seriously? Some 18 gauge candy and some 14 gauge. So it's really thick wire. You can also use this to make like a neckband even, or an arm band. Do you know where my big wire trimmers are, John? So I'm going to use the giant wire cutters for this. Cut a couple extra inches just to be safe. So I have chalk pencils. It's not like charcoal pencils, but they're chalk. So anyways, so I'm going to straighten this out here. The best that I can. I'm going to use, got some real thick pliers. These are square nose pliers. So I'm just straightening this out for now, and then we'll move on from there. So you can make a base frame out of this. I guess I'll use these because this is really thick. So I'm just going to take this like that in the very center. Let's see if I can try and get the centered out just by eyeballing each side here. Alright, just mark on here with this chalk pencil. Alright, and then you can see how it does, and then that wipes off fairly easy. So I'm just going to grab it right here and then bring it around, and then bring this one around. You can continue bringing it around there if you want. And now I gotta grab my cab. It's like velvety malachite. It changes and it'll overwhelm the camera. So if we have difficulties with that, it's just because it's like almost like a labradorite effect, like a velvety kind of deal there. So I'm just gonna add this on here, and I'm gonna mark right where I need to bend, and which this is gonna be at an angle. So I'm just gonna keep the bend going around here. Now, what we're doing right now is we're just making the frame for our cab. I don't do framed pendants or bracelets or anything like that much. It takes a long time to make them sometimes. And then if you do a simpler design, it don't take much time at all. It's not horribly long anyways. So I'm just going to keep measuring my my wire here, just so that I make sure that it sits on there right. I'm going to bring this one in just a little bit closer to this shape here. Alright, so now that I have this in the place that I need it to be, I'm just going to grab my other wire here. Sissy, calm down. I'm going to mute the mic for just a second. Yes, Selena, it is malachite, but malachite is a fibrous stone. I was saying it has almost like a, not necessarily labradorite effect, but it like shimmers. It, shoot, I don't know how else to explain it. I have a square one where the lighter colors in it, it's almost like a metallic kind of, it's like metallic. And it's like velvety metallic is the effect that malachite gives. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, so I'm going to get this going here. So I have a large, it's like 20 inches of 18 gauge copper wire here. I'm going to straighten this out. I need to do it back here because it's a thick wire and it can sometimes be hard to straighten in a tight space. All right. I'm going to go back in the chat and check and see if any of you guys have any messages you'd like to share or questions. Rhonda, we are going to make a either a bracelet or a neckband. It's like a choker, but not necessarily a choker. So anyways, so we can start out. Cool beans. Thank you, Selena. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My daughter needed my help. Okay, so I'm gonna use the 18 gauge wire, and I just want to leave about 3 inches on this side. I'm just gonna wrap it around this base wire here. Just a couple of times. Bring it up. Now, you can seat this however you like, but I want to make sure that mine is sitting even up and down. So I'm going to make a little bit of an adjustment. To the way that it's sitting, these wires here, because this is going to determine how your piece looks in the end. I need this to be a little bit tighter. Same on both sides. I'm just going to push this right up in here, alright? No! What do you have to say, man? Dad, come back! My cat decided he wanted to come say hi to everyone. So I'm just going to hold this cab on here and bring my 18 gauge around. I will get to the 20 here in just a second. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. The first two rotations don't have to be perfect. But the last one preferably needs to at least go up over the edge of your stone, which is right, like if you're bezel setting something, you want your metal to come right up over it, right? So I'm just holding it here and bringing this around the stone for now. So we hooked it here, and now I want, if you put it too tight, your stone's going to pop out either side. And I did. So I need to adjust it. Now you don't have to go around 2 or 3 times on either side. You can just do however many times you want. So I want these wires to be even with our base wires right here. Now this is another piece of 18 gauge. So I need to find the middle. Just about right there. So I'm just bringing it right around that. And then I'll bring it around some more. And you can do this however many times you want. Now this wire is going to come down to join this one. And then this wire, I'm going to bring it under this and then back through. Now you can take your however many wires that you want and do little swirls and stuff, and then you can also bring in another 14 gauge, and then it will go up the sides here on either side. But I just want mine to I just want it to be flowy, so I'm not going to add too much. So I'm taking the 18 gauge one and I'm just going to bring it down through here and then bring it around this wire. Just kind of follow. I'm start with the 18 gauge on here. It's round. Now you could use a ball peen hammer and hammer these out if you want. So now I'm just adjusting. So just find a place that you can run your wire through. So this is a 20 gauge right here. I'm just running it through these side wires here. And I want it to follow alongside one another. Sometimes that just doesn't work out right. So I'm going to make my own flow right over the sides of my stone. Now, you don't have to do it like this. You can do it, however looks best on your piece. Because a lot of times these don't turn out looking exactly the same. Any wire wrapping always has some sort of difference in it. And so I'm just using my 20 gauge and bringing it over, around, and down these designs that I just done, just so that the flow matches, so to speak. And I'm gonna tighten everything up. Now I need my round nose right here, because this tail end I want it to be a little spiral. So I'm just going to start bringing wires in. A lot of artists do these channel set stones, and there's a few different ways to do a channel setting, But just as long as your flow matches, you should be good. Now, this flow here is going to end up tightening up. It'll be a bit tighter than it looks right now whenever we get the rest of the wires on. There's only a couple more wires left to put on here. Now your tail ends of your wire, you could do spirals on the end to add a bit more texture to it, or decorative accent. So I'm just going around the 18 gauge with 20 gauge right now. Is basically what I'm doing. I went around the 14 with 18. Now I'm going around the 18 with 20. You can use round or square, just whichever one you prefer. And then we'll address the tail ends here when we get a bit closer to being done. I want to put this one. Actually, I'm going to go backwards up this side. So I'm going to start here at the end. Bring it around. Back up. This technique is good for practicing flow too, if that's your niche, you know. So I just got a bunch of loop-de-loos right here, and then this side is a bit more plain, and I'm gonna do some adjusting, especially to that wire right there, because I want it under this loop. And then right here, I just want it to be almost messy. So I'm going to do loops, and then I'm going to end it over here on this side. And I'm going to follow this loop. Only I want it to be like centered right there. This side will be a bit more flowy. I want another loop. You can add beads in too to this design. Now, I'm not taking credit for the frame because this part right here, there's another artist that made this, just the like the swirly part. But all of us really use it, so it's like a basic frame. For wire wrapping, and it's been used on like bracelets and necklaces and like all sorts of styles over the past years. Now this one needs to be adjusted because it's almost too messy. Okay, so now we're going to do the tips here. Now you can do whatever you like with the tips, and you can make it into like a choker necklace. Or you can make it into a bracelet, just whatever you like. So you're going to want to start forming it. Well, let's do the ends first, I suppose. So you can file the ends and round them off. Or you can, where it's 14 gauge wire, you can try and bend them into like a circle. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little tough, because these gauges of wire are really tough to deal with. Spin slow. That's all I can tell you on that matter. The ends, I want to bend them in. I'm really satisfied with these pliers. The tips are not even bending crooked like my old ones. They bend like that. Like this side will go here and then this side will go there. And they're doing really good so far. I will probably hammer the ends too. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed making this this bracelet necklace with me. And just wing it, class with Erika. If you guys want, would like some updates, like on our classes, on my classes and when they occur, you can get updates on Wire Wrappers and Weaver's Intuition, and that is that's a Facebook group if you guys would like to check it out. Also, I post them on my personal profile page as public, just in case, like if you guys want to check them out without, without, if you just want to do it that way, just whichever way you'd like to do it. Anyways, so I really like this design. So I'm going to go ahead and bend it into the shape that I want. Now you can make it into an arm cuff even. So it's pretty versatile whenever it comes to that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it on around. Now if you're making a bracelet bangle, bangles are usually connected, cuffs are not. So this technically would be a cuff bracelet if you wanted it to be a bracelet. It could also be a headband, or just whatever kind of band you want it to be. So anyways, I will see you guys next week. Practice your flow this week if you want, because this is what this class is pretty much for, is to practice flow. Anyways, have a great week, everybody. I'll see you on Thursday, actually, for a beginner ring tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like to. Thanks, bye.